Chazar from the two dots of Menahan and Mili.
Yeah. So that's the clash of our.
We covered a lot of ground, so I don't think.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I have in mind my grandfather's yahrzeit, Yeshua ben Avram.
Yeshua ben Avram. His grandfather.
My grandfather.
Shui's actually there. The freaking expensive is here.
Krachim Ram Kaf Mechayim Ma'is Yeshua ben Nun. We're just starting Chazar now.
Fine.
Char Mechamisha Asa. Right, so that's our Mishnah, that the cities surrounded by a wall from the time of Yeshua ben Nun. Read the Megillah on the 15th. Menani Mili Frek the Gemara. Where do we know this from? Amar Rav da Makro. Rabbi says the pasuk Al Keina Yehudim HaPrazim HaYoshim Ba'arei Prazos. So the pasuk says that therefore the Jews that live in the spread out cities read Megillah on the 14th. Mid the Prazim Ba'aba Asa Mekafim Chamisha Asa. So the Gemara asks, just because you're saying that the Prazim read on the 14th, that means that the surrounded cities read on the 15th. The aim of Prazim Ba'aba Asa Mekafim Klal Klal Loi. Like, how would I know from that? It could maybe just, the people that live in the walled cities just don't read the Megillah. How does the pasuk tell us that? So, for the Gemara, Valav Yisraelin, who they're not Yidden. They don't have to be, do all the mitzvahs that we have to do. It says that the Yidden from Hoidu till Kush all took on themselves the mitzvahs of Purim, the Ema. So the Gemara's next Havamina is that the surrounding cities read on the 14th. The unwalled cities read on the 14th. But the walled cities would read on the 14th, 15th. And for the Gemara, no, Kidiksivli as Aisim as Yom Abasa l'Chadish. Other, the S, Yom Chamisha Asar, B'chol Shana. So the pasuk says, Es Yom, the day of the 14th of Adar, the S, and it says the word S again, which would be extra otherwise. If the pasuk would say S, the 14th day and the 15th day, then it might be like the way you say. Es Yom Abasar Yom. Es Yom Abasar. Es Yom Chamisha Asa. Also S or pasuk. So the S came and makes a hefsek between Arba Asar and Chamisha Asar. Hane ba'Arba Asar, v'hane b'Chamisha Asar. These are on the 14th, these on the 15th. The Ema, Frek the Gemara, another Havamina, Prozim ba'Beisan, the unwalled cities on the 14th, Mukafin, Ibo ba'Beisan, Ibo b'Chamisha. Maybe the people in the walled cities, in the unwalled cities, would have the walled cities, Mukafin, Ibo, Babesa. If they would want to read on the 14th, they could read on the 14th. If they want to read on the 15th, they could read on the 15th. Amakra Bismanehem. So the pasuk says name. Bismanehem, their times. Zmane Shelzeh, Lo Zmane Shelzeh. The time of these people is not like the time of those people. So maybe we're talking about the 13th, once we're making exception. Kishushan. And the Gemara Kishushan. So the walled cities have to be just like Shushan. So now the Gemara is asking another question. Ashkechan Asiya. Right, so we find that being Mekayim, all the mitzvahs of any type of doing, we do on the 14th and 15th. Zechira Minalan. How do we know that commemorating the Nes of Purim, which is reading the Megillah, is also done on Makra, on the 14th and 15th. On Makra, the Hayomim Ha'elim Nizkarim V'Nasim. So the pasuk that's describing the mitzvahs of Purim says, these days, Nizkarim V'Nasim. We remember and we do. And they're both right next to each other in the pasuk. Iskash, Zechir L'Asiyah. So it's a hekesh because Zechira and Asiyah are spoken about together, so the same time of Zechira is the same time of Asiyah. This is where we got up to, right?
Very good. That was very development.
See, I see like from the Chazar, like when I read it over, then I know it a little better. And I read it over
Every
again, I
Chazar
know it
is
a little better. And I know it a little, and I have to do it more times before I start this year. So, but still, like the extra time, I was like, oh, it makes it a little clearer. Like maybe one day I'll actually understand what I'm saying. So Masnisen, our Mishnah, weiter in Shas. Masnisne deloi kihai Tana de Tanya. Our Mishnah is not like this Tana of the following brisa. Rabbi Yeshua ben Karcha Oimer. Rabbi Yeshua ben Karcha says, Krachen amukavim chayma mimois achashverosh. Right, so cities that are surrounded with a wall from the times of Achashverosh, Karim b'chamisha asa. They read the Megillah on the 15th. So this is the first time that we see something different. Till now we were talking about every walled city. We were talking about from the times of Yeshua ben Nun, which would seem strange because, like, why should that have anything to do with this? Like really, we're talking about the Nes of Purim that happened, long after Yeshua ben Nun. So now we're finding a brisa that says something that sounds like it should, make more sense to us in our understanding. My time is Rabbi Yeshua ben Karcha. So, what's Rabbi Yeshua ben Karcha's?
The original question is this is Achashverosh, and until now we had Yeshua ben Nun. Our Mishnah said we might Yeshua ben Nun.
It's not a steer.
It's steer, but there could be a difference. There could be some cities that
It could be a steer, right? Because there's some
cities that were walled up later, walled up much after Yeshua ben Nun.
Yeah, you have to also realize that the time of the Nes of Purim, a lot of cities that we know to be walled, that were walled before, were in ruins because this was like a time of devastation. It was like the Purim was like a bunch of years of the what's it called?
Persian Empire.
The Persian, yeah. I was gonna say the Romans. I'm like, I know it's the Romans. Yeah, the Romans. So it was after 100 years or maybe more than that even, no?
Of the Persian Empire, yeah. So they destroyed probably a lot of.
They were destroying a lot of cities. So a lot of cities were in ruins, which is, I believe, why we bring in Yeshua ben Nun at the end. I think that's what it's for the covet of Yerushalayim. My time of Yeshua ben Karcha, Ki Shushan, because it has to be Azoi Shushan, like Shushan. Ma Shushan. Mekev's Chayma Mimaisach Hashverosh, V'Korim B'Chamisha Asar. Just like Shushan is surrounded by a wall from the times of Achashverosh, and they read the Megillah on the 15th. Af Kol Shem Mekev's Chayma Mimaisach Hashverosh, Korim B'Chamisha Asar. So too, any city that's walled from the times of Achashverosh should read the Megillah according to this brisa on the 15th. The Tanana Didon and the Tana of our Mishnah, my timer, what's his reasoning of using Yeshua ben Nun's times of the wall? Yolef Praze. So it's a Gzeir Shava that we learn, Praze. Ksiv Hacha, right, in the Megillah we say Alkein HaYehudim HaPrazim, HaYoshim Arei Prazes, the Yidden that are spread out, that live in the spread out cities. Uksiv Hasam, and it says over there when it's talking about Yeshua ben Nun conquering the cities, Levad me'arei haprazi harbe moed. This I think is in Parshas Devar, maybe. It's probably
possibly Gimel. It's Parshas Devar.
Right, it's probably Parshas Devar. Levad me'arei haprazi. So the same lashon of prazi is used over here and used over there. Just like over there, it's referring to when it says surrounded or walled or not walled. It's talking about walled from times Yeshua ben Nun. Aftan mukevs chayma mimas Yeshua ben Nun.
Right. Yeah. So it's What's Xer Shabbat when you have the same word?
You have the same, right?
Okay, so it's prozi. Right, okay. Should we stop
Go
here?
further. I think we should stop here.
Yeah, I think
because-
this is good. Last time we went a little long, I think. So this is good. So we can do a quick chazur.